Nugget time, and today I want to talk a little bit about willpower. Okay, so I some people that I talk to, they say, you know what, I really would like to have the willpower not to eat this, not to eat that, to do better. And you know what, I could use a little bit more willpower myself. So we struggle with that on a daily basis. The battle is for real. Some of you know that. And sometimes we have to choose between the chili fries or maybe some steamed broccoli. I've had that situation many times, and I absolutely love French fries. And one day I had to choose between the French fries and a bowl of salad, and shamefully to say, I chose the French fries. But other times I've been successful. Okay, but we know having willpower is something that we struggle with all the time. But willpower is like a muscle. So the more it is exercised, the more powerful it becomes. But what fuels willpower? So this was the question that researchers had on their mind when they tested the impact of healthy breakfast on high school students. So what they did, they divided the students into three groups. So the first group, they gave these students a healthy breakfast of low glycemic food like fruit and oatmeal and basically non-processed food. And the second group of students was given an unhealthy breakfast, high glycemic food like bagels, muffins, pops, and so on. And then the third group, they gave nothing at all, no breakfast at all. So without knowing which student got the foods, they instructed the teacher to rate each student on their behavior and their academic performance during the morning between 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So across the board, the student with the low glycemic breakfast, they perform way better. They were focused, they behaved better, they had a better behavior and a lot more interest in learning. And the students with the high glycemic food, the unhealthy one, they were successful at until 9 o'clock, and after that, they crashed and they lost their focus and their behavior was out of control. And then the third group did nothing at all because they didn't have anything. So certainly we see the impact that food has on willpower. So in order to have powerful willpower and to be successful, we need to understand that the brain has physiological needs that must be met. And we also need to keep in mind certain psychological principles as well. But if the brain has everything that it needs to function properly, then it will give us a better ability to make those choices. Okay, so one of the things that the brain needs is oxygen and glucose. Okay, it also needs hydration, good hydration, and sleep. And the reason why the students with a healthy breakfast perform so much better is because their food provided the brain with the glucose that it needed to exert that willpower. So, even though the students with the bad breakfast had glucose, it just provided them that spike and then it just eventually crashed. So, we want to focus on the low glycemic food. So, some of the food that you can eat are berries that are very good because they are not high in sugar, but they do have glucose that help to fuel the brain. And almonds are also one of the best snacks that you can have because they quench your hunger, but they also provide your brain with a long term supply of glucose. Avocados is also a great fruit for long term willpower due to the relative low sugar and high amount of healthy fat. Sweet potatoes. Now, all vegetables give you long term willpower, but one of the best vegetables for that are the root vegetables, and sweet potatoes are on the top of the list. Okay, they have a lot of nutrients and they're very good for the brain. So, again, as I said, your willpower acts like a muscle, and just like how your muscles need glucose for energy, so does your brain. So, we want to give your brain the right type of nutrients. Processed foods are not good, they add sugars to it that are not good. High corn fructose syrup, that is not good. So we want to stay away from that. And when we learn to do our part and what is best for us, we need not to fear about anything because the Bible says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power and love and self-control. And I want to leave with you First Corinthians 10:13 that says, no temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure it. So I am encouraged to know that I can exercise my willpower and I can be an overcomer. And so can you. Be blessed.